Lauren has something to do today, IRL, so. And it makes sense because her character is recuperating. So it's just going to be the three of you. Do you remember what we got up to last time we played?
So we started the session outside of the weird non-Euclidean pit. Then we had a wander around. We got into a room that had a big statue in it. We clambered down. We fiddled about with a hand carving thing that we thought was a button but couldn't figure out. We stole a gargantuan void glass sword, and then we kind of disparooed.
We met
that
another
made
group
a
as
noise,
well, I think.
and then sorry,
We met another group as well who were like
yeah,
kind of half trying to help us when they thought we were trapped, and we kind of were, but also trying to like kind of steal our secrets.
So then after that, then we returned to camp, and then we went shopping. Well, actually selling. I think we sold more than we bought.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. So what do we want to do today? Besides not die.
Good first step. We have that meeting with the mother. It's getting dark, I believe.
Yeah, it's like supper time now. You have a couple hours before sundown.
Do we want to meet with
Dogface?
Yeah, and let him know about our meeting to see if we want to like make a plan regarding it? Because we could try to do some kind of coordinated ambush. If this mother is like a serious danger to the whole expedition, we might want to team up with them. What do we think?
Going straight to fighting is really burning our bridges, I feel. Like, maybe it will come to that anyway. She does seem kind of sinister, but if we can have a peaceful meeting with her, then we'll have more leeway to see what we can do.
Okay. Another thing we could do, I mentioned, so we can, every PC can summon up to, can have a number of hirelings, but I have taken the team leader ability as a fixer. Team leader 1. I can have up to 4, I can have up to 4 companions, which is twice as many. Companions specifically are different from hirelings, or rather they're a subtype of hireling, but they can fight alongside us.
Do you want to go on a recruiting spree then?
I was wondering if we wanted to go on a recruiting spree. This would be almost an in-between thing, because we wouldn't be teaming up with the rest of the mercs as a faction then, but we could, put out the word here and also in the rest of the city and try to find people who wanted to join up.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Furthermore,
cool.
If we wanted to invoke some interludes, I would be happy to. We could do that today as well, if that's something we were inclined to do.
Let's
we'll cross that bridge.
Do that probably after our meeting, I think, with them. That's my thing. That's my assumption. We'll do it after we meet with the mysterious mother. I assume if we do an interlude before, then we'll miss the meeting.
Yeah, that sounds probably fair.
Quick question, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
So, taking team leader 1, other than the increase to companion limits, the other thing it does is hirelings start with +1 loyalty. I was wondering if that applied to Melira at all, or if we want to be strict about the term start.
No, I would allow that. It makes sense. Melira has now served you all well and has, yeah.
The dentist is now sporting grills.
Perfect. Then I think we go exploring for a short bit in the meanwhile until the meeting, and then we interlude and hire people after that.
Do we want to go to the meeting? Do we not want to hire before we go to the meeting?
I assume we can't in just a few hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not if we want anyone that we would trust to be good. It would probably we could talk to the other. We did actually mention it to the other mercenary group that we ran into the meeting, and they were like, "This is a bad idea." Basically, is what they told us. If we wanted anyone to accompany us, they probably wouldn't be doing so as a companion, but just like NPCs that we'd have to convince if it's just for like tonight. We could go around trying to do that if we want.
I mean, I was just thinking the chances of this meeting with the mother going south are non-trivial.
Yes. I don't know how likely it is, but if it does, I'm worried about how it will go if it goes bad. Probably quite bad.
Okay, so are we going back to the Court of Doors?
There's a door here we could try going to within the court of the tower.
We went down to the low places to do our trading and selling, and we are returning back to the New Necropolis, so I will have to make another encounter check for us. We have signs of an encounter. The encounter that I rolled and generated is that there are 9 nomads. So these are your shepherds who look extremely disinterested in you all, glowering. So
Glad they're nomads and not yes mads.
Do we give them a wide berth?
Yeah, there's no threat, just local color.
All right.
You say local colour, but swinehairs are the same the world over. They looked just like the other side of the Electrum Sea.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, Kabaras is similar, like, if you say so.
The waning day gives us a few hours here. Want to go into the Court of the Tower. There's quite a few unexplored sites in the Court of the Tower that I've flagged in yellow with these post-it notes. If they're
Yeah. If we're coming from the Court of Doors, from the Merc camp, then this...
I'm going to push up my glasses audibly and say, actually, you're coming from the city proper, so you're actually be coming in from, like, one of these entrances from, like, the Talarn New Necropolis image. Like, you'd be walking into it from here, right? Like, you sold your stuff in the city.
I thought we gave that to Danila, but we probably would have escorted her to the city entrance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. In that case, I vote the closest door, which would be this one here.
Yeah. The door to question mark?
Yes. I always wanted to see question mark.
So we stack up and enter the door with an interrobang.
Okay. So we're looking at a round tower made of spiraling courses of dry stone. The door will easily open for you. And we're going to go into proper map mode. The door opens 10 feet wide, so it's like a kind of like a set of double doors with a set of stairs leading down approximately 5 feet or so. This floor is covered in earth, rush, and broken pottery. It is a circular tower like the ones we've seen in the other Gers. So this is approximately a circular room with a radius of 10 feet. So 20 feet wide total. Is somebody mapping this?
Yeah, I think we have it down here.
Are you? I thought we were gonna map on the map. Circle of 20.
Circle.
Yeah.
Are the dots 10 feet across each, or?
They could be whatever scale. The problem is actually if you zoom in and zoom out, the site changes the scale.
Yeah.
The door. Let's say that door is 10 feet wide. How about that?
Yeah.
So go off that.
Yeah.
So double the size of the door. The door is the radius of the room. There are 2 further exits in this room. These are hallways, so no doors, but hallways. There is one at if we're looking at a clock and we're entering on the 12, there is an exit at the 7, and then there's an exit at the 5:30, or like 5:30. So again, to the west approximately at the 7 o'clock, a narrow threshold is leading off into another circular room. In general, this room is musty and dappled with light from above. So then there was another exit here to the east. There was a stairway barely broad enough to walk in that has collapsed halfway up into scree and rubble. Contents of the room. The floor is covered in earth, brush, and broken pottery. However, 3 amphorae stand against the southwest wall, all stoppered, with wax turned rock hard with age.
If someone wants to take notes on like physical descriptions that we're not going to draw in, that would be handy.
The amphorae look identical to one another. Images of, I guess they would probably look like prophets raising temples. Not Z raising, as in RAI raising temples. Like religious people building temples and things on the amphorae.
Are there any key figures who seem to be repeated, or is it a generic sort of priesthood of a picture of a community coming together?
It's a community coming together, relatively contemporary, as in the last 200 years. But as far as who it is and what, it could be several. It could be something from like the town of Megid, from Isa. It could be from it could be a million different places. There's nothing narrowing it down. Do we want to Legend of Zelda tumble through the pots, or shall we?
I wouldn't break them, but I'm open to searching through them.
Yeah, or do we want to gander down the hallway? I don't know. What do we want to do?
We can break the wax seals, I suppose, without breaking the amphora.
Yeah, I think we'll pilfer through things.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to ask for trap talents, right? But I would also allow something that's very finesse focused to do this without damaging the amphorae, because I did mention that the stoppers are rock hard, right? So you have to pry them out without breaking the amphorae. If it was normal wax, I would say I would just start describing the contents. But because they're rock hard and you're trying to not break them, I think this is actually something that's somewhat risky, unless someone has a talent here that can compensate.
I do not.
I am not talented for this adventure.
Then I shall be the useless one who tries anyway and fails.
Yeah, so I think this will be an agility test to pry it open rather than force.
I mean, I have a decent agility if we are.
The consequence to failure, if you wanted to proceed, is that you will crack open the amphorae, like the top of the spouts coming off of the wax. I think it's rather telling or apparent you are in quote unquote a part of a tomb, a necropolis, that these are probably related to grave goods. They're not canopic jars, right? They're definitely a different style and things, so they ostensibly will have some kind of rewards in them.
Then I am going to try and crack open a seal.
Oof.
Success.
Oh, you have a 7?
8.
I have an 8.
You have an 8? In this economy? Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right, it pops out, revealing inside a pile of primitive tin coins.
Patron did not express any interest in tin, so although that said, if we are in Bronze Age, tin's like critical resource for making bronze.
Yeah, I'd say let's gather them anyways and see what we think. But I'm gonna inspect the coins, especially in combination with the murals of the temples being raised.
Yeah.
See if we can find out or take a good guess at what time period and events are being depicted here.
Nice.
And I'll ask the others if they know, because I am aware Kabaras' archives of 2. He probably won't end up knowing, and he knows he probably doesn't know. He's very much well, these look old. but I don't think he even took
Okay.
He's the equivalent of didn't even do history in high school, let alone any research in post-secondary.
Fair enough. Okay, so these tin coins will represent. They are a symbolic currency. You know how in the customs in Chinese funerals you burn paper money or fake money for the spirit realm? You can kind of think of this as they're giving them fake money for the afterlife kind of thing.
Okay. So the coins seem to be made in the same style then of the silver coins we've seen elsewhere.
Thank you. Yes, correct. Exactly. They're not circular. They're the square like the ones you've seen of silver, but so they're like an imitation coin. Now,
perfect. We found our tourist coins.
Yeah, there is a small jump scare as we try to extract some of these coins. There is a skeletal tutelary statue at the bottom of this urn or amphora. It is depicting a vulture. There are carvings of the vulture, but I don't think you can just see that fluid markings on it. I don't think we can really see the light on it, but it's probably depicting something like a nighttime, like maybe stars pattern, maybe the ocean, like some kind of large environment. It's probably the best you can get. There's 350 coins in total.
Hey. Well, I will ask Malira to take all of those. It's 300 coins.
A slot.
For a slot, but they have they have multiple free slots right now.
Okay. I don't think we have to worry about light because I don't know if we have a torch struck up. I did mention that this place is dappled with light from above.
Okay, perfect.
And that was for all 4 amphora we've investigated, or?
No, that was a single one. Do you want to let it ride and open the rest of them?
I do indeed.
Yep.
Okay, then the next one has 300 total coins. We're using Coinstar Vision here. And in this one, there's no jump scare, but there is an arm ring that you're able to fish out. It is ceramic and decorated with amethysts. And then lastly, the third one has only 150 tin coins in it. But there is a broad-bladed knife. So a dagger would be at the bottom of this one.
I'm going to put the ceramic arm ring in one of my trinket slots, if that fits.
Yeah.
What were the details of the dagger?
It is a short, broad-bladed knife. It is decorated with rock salt spikes.
Perfect.
This is the second weapon we found that is salt themed.
I really am getting Caves of Cud feelings from this, in terms of just the different types of things we can see attached to weapons and gear.
They're relics from the Slug Wars.
There, ooh, I didn't know you were a man of culture and you know your history.
Mm.
The only thing I just realized I don't have space for is actually the vulture statue. If it's carryable, I assume it's not very big if it's inside one of the amphora.
No, hang on. Actually, that's a good point. No, I'm gonna to pump the brakes on the items in the amphora. I don't think you can get them out unless you break the amphora.
Okay.
Like it's a ship in a bottle problem. Like they're in. Yeah, the coins can pour out, but the dagger and the statue. I think the armband, the circlet, that can come out.
Okay.
But I don't.
It makes sense the statue can't.
And the dagger is a broad-bladed knife, so I don't think it can. Maybe if with a check.
If someone else wants to, they can try to get it out. I'm happy to leave them in there if they feel like it. I'm good either way.
The statue's a hard no. But the dagger's a maybe. You would have to break it open to get it.
Okay, I'm not gonna risk breaking it. It doesn't sound like no one else has spoken up, so no one else, I assume, is going to. I will leave them in there then. So the dagger stays, the statue stays.
10-4. So I mentioned there is that collapsed stairwell to that it's going up. But there is no door for the threshold leading off of this adjoining room to the west. So I will detail what you can see out of this room. So this is a room maybe 75% the size. So maybe it's a diameter of like 1.5 squares, if you want. So something approximate. There is maybe 5 feet of passageway before it turns into this sort of round circular tower. This tower is cramped and narrow. It is filled with jars of many sizes, many overflowing with ash and black sludge. There are 2 thresholds off of this chamber. Directly at the 6 o'clock of this chamber, there is a stone door that is sealed with hardened wax, just like the amphora. And then there is a glyph that has been scratched on the wall beside it. Then there is a second threshold at the 5:30, a courtyard. So you can see that in the center, there's been a burnt out campfire, detritus. So this is off of this cramped tower, kind of in this middle area. It's similar on this side. So it's kind of like that. So maybe pill-shaped isn't the best depiction of it, but does that make sense?
Draw this, but yeah, carry on, eyeball.
I'm kind of like skipping ahead and reading the this courtyard room without sticking around with the room filled with these jars and the door to the south and then I would start describing this courtyard. But that's sort of where we're at.
Cool.
What languages do we know?
Trade tongue here.
Basic.
Great tongue and Nolish.
What would I describe it? It is it's common enough to know that you know what the language, like the script is. Misread that. It's Morali. It comes from the Moral Delta. This would be the local language of House Nalu, right? That same area.
House Nalu being the people who are our employers.
Correct.
Yeah, we could take a rubbing to get an interpretation if we want.
Do we have any paper?
That's a good question. I don't think I do. I have a disguise toolkit and a dungeoneering toolkit, and I don't think writing utensil. I could probably do a makeshift thing with the disguise toolkit in terms of makeup, but not for paper.
I would point out that there is I think there is some meta-contextual semiotics of the language that you would infer from just looking at the script. There is you don't have to know Spanish to know that upside down exclamation point and exclamation point means it's an excited thing, right? So similarly, you can imagine this is a imperative. Similarly, like you can imagine maybe it's underlined or asterisked, like around or circled. Like this is whatever they're saying. It's a single word and it's important or exciting.
I hypothesize this is like a keep out. Don't open this. This is the this is next to the sealed wax door, or
correct. It is scratched on the wall beside the sealed wax door.
That's what I thought.
So scratching on the wall implies to me that it's later on rather than carved into the door itself. Like
I assume this was done by our employers or someone hired by them, actually.
Do the scratch marks look fresh? Like has dust filled them or anything like that?
No, dust has not filled them. So yes, they're recent. So yeah, room has a bunch of jars overflowing with this sludge. There's this door with that wax seal on it. But yeah, I think the only other thing is there was one more bit about that courtyard that's pressed between these three towers. There are open windows overlooking the courtyard. There is one to the southeast, and then there's one to the south. There are no ropes leading up there. There are no ledges, and the stones are smooth.
Does it look like the southwards window would lead into the same building that the door is keeping us out of?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to pace the courtyard itself just to see if there's anything interesting growing or what sort of room this was originally. Was it just like a sunspot?
Yeah, I think its design and purpose is what it appears to be. It was indeed always a courtyard, an open-air sunspot. I will say, though, as you are casing the courtyard, I think you will spy something in half-melted in the remains of that campfire. Ash-soaked, but metallic.
I shall hurry over and fish it out.
Okay. There is a half-melted vulture. It is made of gold and lead. Fused to it is a box. You would know this as a disc for holding coins, but it has been fused. You would have to break it, like the heat did it.
Was the statuette in the amphora, was that metallic as well? Similar
No,
style?
that was bone. And this is a different style. This looks more menacing.
Some kind of ritual, maybe?
Or a cursed object.
Yeah, it looks it wouldn't make any sense for someone to have lit a fire and not noticed this thing in the fire.
I'm going to inspect the jars. You said they were covered in, like, black sludge, some of them?
Yes.
So I'm going to try and poke some of the sludge with probably the end of my spear and try to figure out without touching it what would have caused it. Is it just like ash mixed with something else from that fire? Is it the remains of some kind of like melted and destroyed enemy that was set on fire here, or what?
Right. It looks like whatever the contents that were in these jars basically decomposed into sludge and ash. So some sort of I wouldn't say it's like it's not like magical or ink or anything. It'd be far more mundane, like maybe seeds or ashes mixed with seeds in some sort of storage mechanism for cremated bodies.
Okay.
I wouldn't eat it if I were you.
Yeah, no. It doesn't seem appetizing.
No.
Are most of the jar are all of the jars affected that way? Or only a few, or most?
Most. It looks like the seals of these jars have eroded over time. What would we like to do?
I mean, I'll happily volunteer to scramble up to one of these windows and let a rope down if we so desire, but seems the most obvious way to proceed.
Yeah, I don't think I want to mess with anything else in this room, so I'm happy to proceed.
Are we leaving the box then, and the vulture statue?
I don't feel compelled to tinker with it, but if you feel strongly, I shall not stop you.
I think I actually have one question first. If the coin box, the box you are fused with the statue, can I ascertain exactly what its purpose is, if it's related to religion or the spirits in any way?
No, the disc is not supposed to be fused. It is a separate container. that has incidentally been fused. So
Okay.
there's no
But it's
spiritual
not,
or religious
there's
purpose.
there's no obvious purpose for inserting it. It isn't.
No, it's like a
doesn't look-
lockbox. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was that or
Yeah.
some kind of like donation box or
Yeah,
something.
no, that I see what you mean, but no, there's nothing about this that would imply that.
Okay. Then yes, I'm good to proceed as well and leave that there.
Okay.
There's clearly a sheer surfaces type situation.
You got it exactly. So.
So 2d10.
Yeah, you have your tools. You have advantage on this check as we climb.
I have acrobatics, but that wouldn't really. I don't think I'm better than you at it.
So are you saying acrobatics would be equivalent to athletics in this situation?
Yes, I would say that they are equivalent for climbing. But I would say if you do not have it, if you do not have the talent, you wouldn't even be able to attempt this. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, if you probably actually have a better shot at it than me now.
Yeah, you're setting up. You're looking at the climb. You start like trying to figure out how to do, and you're like, on second thoughts.
Let's see what the newbie has to show.
All right, I shall climb up, and then you can throw me the rope, and I shall tie it to something.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. The consequence here is if you fail. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Good roll. Okay, you are 40 feet up. I'm trying to see if the room here has a.
Oh, did we actually specify which window we were gunning for? I presume this one.
Yeah, we were asking. I agree.
Sorry.
I was assuming it was the south side window.
Yeah.
Towards the one with the warning sign. Absolutely.
Yeah. This room is 1.5 times the size of that 20-foot diameter room. So this room's 30 feet. There's something in the middle. Just got to look at it real quick. The walls meet 15 feet above this window in a low dome. In the center, there is a stone ring that is 4 feet high, 5 feet across, almost like a well. You cannot peer from this vantage point what is in the, I'll just say, a well. It looks like a well. Surrounding the well, for lack of a better term, are constellation schematics etched into the stone. They spill out onto the floor around it. Furthermore, there are racks of swords, long and pointed, that stand up against the walls. I guess the angle of this room of the courtyard and stuff isn't precise.
Okay.
It will align. Yeah, so there's like this sort of partial stairwell that then enters into this sort of, this kind of shape. That helps.
So I'm going to tie the rope off to one of the racks of swords. I'm assuming that these are big and heavy things.
Yeah, that could hold all these swords. I think that makes sense to me.
Are any of the constellations mystical?
Oh, yeah. I think you would know. Give me an archive check, actually. This will determine how much I want to tell you, because you will learn stuff, but I want to know whether or not you get extra as well. So this will test your recall. You are proficient in the realms of the knowledge of demons and lore, so.
I am brilliant at archive. I need to beat a 2.
Yeah, 9.
Not quite.
Okay.
You summon a demon.
No, there's no summoning here. However, I think you would know enough to know that yes, the constellations being depicted here are important. You just don't know what they are. It's kind of like the situations where, oh, that's the Pleiades. You know those are the Pleiades, but which myth is related to them, and what does the group here call these that 7 sisters, the 7 whatever, the 7 mom. You have no idea is what I'm trying to get at.
It probably just represents the homelands of the elders. So, it's just religious stuff, not real magic, not wizardly stuff.
Yeah, not proper wizard stuff.
Yep. Definitely.
I guess you have to get down from this window. How are you getting down to tie off the rope? And then everyone else is going to climb up the rope, I suppose.
Oh, he's not at floor level.
Because you're not at floor level. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're Spider-Man or Batman crouching in the window.
I'm going to use one of my own kits. I'm going to use my disguise kit. I'm going to pull out a length of cloth, like a turban, right? And I'm going to try and use this I'm going to tie it onto the end of the rope as You know how when archers want to send a line across, they tie a very small rope and then a big rope and then a big rope?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to use this strip of cloth to extend the length of the rope, and then I'm going to try and slide down it, hopefully. And once I'm down there, with only my own body weight on it, I'm going to pull the rope down
with you. Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and I guess the only thing I need to do is make sure that you can stick the landing.
Okie doke.
It sounds like agility with advantage. Thank goodness you have advantage. Okay.
There is a very serious wobble in there, but I make it.
Yeah. It gets stuck halfway and you push it. Yeah, you could have fallen, but nah, you're good. The snag is relieved, and down you go. Okay. There is enough rope for everyone else to climb up.
Climb up.
Tests required for this, Eric?
Yes, I would allow agility or thews.
Okay,
Regular test or advantage?
Regular if you don't have the talent, advantage if you have a talent.
Okay. I fail.
Okay. What? I will roll a d6 to see what it is. We are going to risk dropping something and leaving something in the courtyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your disguise toolkit. Do you want to try to save it and risk falling, or will you let it go?
I'll let it go. I've barely used it.
Okay, then you make it up the rest just fine, and the disguise toolkit it's available. Is in the courtyard.
Okay.
You got to get down from here too. Same rolls.
Also failure.
Oof.
Oh my god. Okay, this is probably related that maybe both of you end up tripping on each other or something like this. Okay, I will roll randomly to determine who makes the roll. Okay, Nabushar, you rolled second, so D2 is 2. Nabushar, make one more save, and this is for both you and Kabaras. If you fail, then you both fall. Then I will randomly see who takes the damage. Yeah, so what happens here is maybe Nabushar, you slow down for a second, and Kabaras isn't ready, and then he slips and he hits you, and so then you start tumbling down too, and so this is like if you save this, then you land without a drastic problem. Otherwise, one of you is taking fall damage, and I'll roll randomly to see which one it is based on who falls on who. Okay, you're able to save. You're able to save the fall plummeting, and it's not bad. But I will do a test here. Okay, so an encounter check for the noise of that failure.
That's fine.
I mean, the etching probably says warning, fun ahead.
Yeah.
Great people. You will have to join a party, though.
It's an invitation to like a celebration, obviously.
See, You already do it. You already know what it is. It's somebody wants to have you for dinner.
Wear your drinking pants.
Wear your drinking pants.
Yeah.
You hear, so when we land, right, and we pull up the rope, we're going to hear voices coming in from the courtyard kind of area, being like, I think they came up here. They do not sound like anyone you've met in the Merc camps. Listen, those nomads said that someone looked like them coming this way. So we're spread out. Let's see if we can find them. So somebody's looking for you. As far as you can tell, they don't know that you're in this room.
Do we get any perception
Number?
on numbers?
Yeah. More than 4, fewer than 8.
That's more than we have. That's probably twice our number if it's 6.
Yeah, it's probably why they feel confident they can find you. Sorry, I should also then depict the sounds that you're hearing. You're hearing the sound of metal scraping against chain. You're hearing the sounds of greaves on rock, like these guys are armored. Maybe the sounds of cloaks whooshing dramatically.
I don't want a confrontation. I'm going to be very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just still until we think they leave.
Yeah. They're gonna look around. Hey, what's this? And they're gonna show they're like some kind of weird statue. Yeah, it was right by the campfire, kind of thing, right?
Huh. I mouth to the others.
Look,
did we pull up the rope?
Yes. Yeah. You pulled up the rope. But the thing here is, I think what this will look like is because you pulled up the rope, they're gonna look. There's these windows. Like, look, there's clearly footprints here. But someone pulled, like, there's no way they got in the, look how smooth that stone is. There's no way they climbed up these things. Spread out. Like, they're definitely somewhere else. You know? They just, maybe they turned around and went somewhere else. You know, they're kind of talking to themselves. I think we're safe. There's no, like, stealth roll or anything needed. I think just the impossibility and difficulty of climbing through this window. You know, they're underestimating your abilities.
Wow, they'd have brought more than 6 if they were estimating us.
Ooh, good words.
So I'm saying.
Sorry, it's been a bit. This room only had the one exit?
No, there were 2 exits. So there was an exit, the one exit with that door. There was a bunch of rubble in front of that door.
Pardon, from this side?
On this side, yes. It would, leaning against the door. Like, you can't even get to the door. But there is another exit. There's an exit at the east. Let's say like the 3 o'clock. And it's a set of stairs leading up.
I'm going to look over the edge of the well just to make sure that that's not a third exit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, just stick my head directly into the column of light so anybody living down there with a bow and arrow can see me perfectly silhouetted.
Yeah. A faint light can be seen far below.
Number
Sorry.
that
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah. It's effectively connecting to a circular tower chamber room that adjoins. You can imagine this is a series of 4 rooms, right? That connect to each other.
Yeah.
You could probably visualize that from looking outside coming in, right? The number of towers. So I feel confident telling you that.
So I think that there's a room down below that this well leads to. Sorry, I'm not envisioning a staircase or anything, but I think that there is an actual chamber below.
Yeah, there is no stairwell or ropes or anything, but there is definitely a perturbing darkness and a pale light down below, contained, circumscribed by these stones and constellations.
So far we found what appears to be an armory and a former supply house for food, right?
I'm going to take a look at the well and the constellations myself to see if I can identify anything about them.
Yes.
I have talents for religion and spirits and rumors, but I assume that's unrelated. Do any of those help?
No, I think history would probably help. I don't know, maybe religion. Let's say religion does. I'll be generous.
Okay. Not quite. Yep, I only have an archive of 2, so.
So I think for you, it's pretty similar. There's just something about it that there's some semblance of familiarity, but then there's just a lot of difference as well. Like if you asked like ChatGPT to make a constellation, right? It's like it added a 6th finger. You know, like it's not correct.
Like this is almost this, but
yeah, it's
isn't.
almost. Yeah, exactly. It's a facsimile.
Yeah. I don't, within archives of 2 again, I don't think Kabaras is sure about it, but I think he just doesn't recognize
yeah, that's what I'm pointing out. Yeah, exactly.
The constellation.
I would say for both you and Cody both have enough information looking at this that if you wanted to try to research this stuff later, I think you have a position there to find out more.
What's inside the well itself? Does it have water in it?
No, there is darkness inside the well. You see that far below, there is a faint light. I want to say a very cool, in terms of the, what's the scale for lights warm to cold?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a very cold light. It's very sterile.
Well, I pick up a tiny pebble from the area and drop it down to see if its behavior reminds us of the other pit of darkness that was not a well at that time. But is it magical darkness is kind of what I'm trying to find out.
It drops. You hear a little bit of the click-clacky of the rocks skipping around on flagstone. Furthermore, as you are counting the time and after the rock reaches down, a cloaked figure will vanish, will walk maybe just a little bit into the light and then leave.
Whisper to the others, so someone is down there. Also, that's a really long fall that will not slow us like last time.
If we get into an altercation down below, then the people outside of this in the courtyard may well hear us.
I agree. I think we leave it well enough alone for now.
I see what you did there.
I actually didn't. Pun very much not intended. Yeah, if there's any covering for the well or anything like that, I cover it up again. But
nah, there's no covering.
I just step away from it.
It's open. It's exposed.
Do any of the swords look interesting?
No, they look martial. They look like they were hewn for ceremonial purposes. You can tell that the blades are dull.
And then eastward, I think.
I think so. Carefully and quietly.
Stairs are clear. And you'll come into another domed tower. This domed tower is approximately the same size as the entrance, so 20-foot diameter. The dome of this tower has fallen in, leaving it completely open to the sky. There are 3 sarcophagi protruding from the rubble, all facing the center of this room. There is a visage on the floor. It might be a little bit of paraloidalia. Kind of looks like a face. Furthermore, there are 2 almost night black blue colored gems in the floor. They're like the pupils of the face and the eyes on the floor here. And like the room you just came from, there are schematic constellations fractalizing like a web. The exits, there is a threshold to the northwest, is filled with scree and rubble. And then there's the one to the south, is the way you came up in. So there's no other exits. Oh, there's a window, of course.
Does the face look human?
Yes. Androgynous. It looks or like a mannequin. You know, like there's a sort of perfectness about the face. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fancy sapphires in the floor, fractal constellations, three sarcophagi, all facing the center of this room in the corners, and Opalstrom passageway, ostensibly leading back to the entrance room. Yeah, I don't think a check will be necessary, and I know that you all are quiet here. I think you can probably hear that group hasn't fully left this area. Like they're in the room where, you know, on the other side of these kind of stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're in like that main entrance room. Listen, like, you know, they struck out looking for you here. They're deliberating where to go next, but they haven't left. You have an hour until sundown.
Yeah. It took us probably longer to get here because we were like poking around everything. How long would we estimate it would take us to get back?
Oh my God, like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Well, I have an idea if we need to, if they're here in half an hour, I have an idea of how to track them.
You you would just have to cross the court of the tower, right, to get to the corridors. So you're good there.
Both of the foot entrances into this duplex have scree on them blocking the way. We would hear them digging their way through before they arrived. As long as we're careful to muffle our sounds, we can probably try and pry those gem pupils out of the floor.
Yeah, that was literally where my mind was going. Start prying gemstones.
I'd try to like stop you for a second and say that I'm worried that doing so might awaken anything if it's in the sarcophagus. We haven't seen it before, but we don't want to cause noise right now. Yeah, are we okay to do that first, or even if that might wake them up? Which is, again, assuming there's anything in there, and yeah, there's a lot of assumptions in that. But the safe thing, I think, would be either to check the sarcophagus or just do nothing until the people leave and just like wait. How do we feel?
While you're deliberating, I would say that it would be a risk to pry out these rather fixed sapphires in the ground, right? There's a chance that they'll hear you excavating. So on a failure, that's probably the consequence.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we'll wait them out. Let's see what they do.
Okay. Then I think we wait quietly.
Let's see. I will do a luck test to see if they get out of here within a few moments. And otherwise, I will roll to see what their plan is. So again, less than 5 is good. Greater than 5 is bad. Okay, that's bad. I think it's clear to you all that maybe they're like, okay, go get some wood and stuff like that. We're gonna camp here, you know, and wait for them. We'll see their torch lights leaving, right? And we'll catch them leaving, kind of.
Even if they don't think we're in this room, they are gonna stay in this room.
Yeah, because they think they're gonna ambush you on the way out of the court of the tower, wherever you went, right? They'll see your torchlight and then they'll get you at night.
I also have a blood spirit that I can call upon if needed.
Yeah.
I think quietly, Kabaras will take out the spirit prism that he has on him, and he's gonna start whispering to it. And it's just so a minor effect isn't usually a big deal. So I think what he's going to do is he is going to ask it to fill that room that they're camping in with a creeping blood mist. And it might not actively be harmful, but that might be enough to drive them off. That's why I can justify it as minor, even though it's filling a whole room.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll make them do a morale test. Their morale isn't very high. So they know how creepy these places can be. If they see blood oozing out, horror movie wise, yeah, exactly. They're not going to stick around to find out. Let me tell you. Right.
Propose an effect similar to the trap spirit's element.
Yeah, we got it.
And then just roll a d6. Okay.
So this is you.
Oh,
Hey.
another 6. This
So-
one likes me. This is the second 6 in a row for
Yeah.
keeping
The spell,
spirit.
the spell takes
it works,
effect. Yeah.
and the spirit stays trapped inside the prism.
Hell yeah. Okay, great. I will roll for their whole cadre here. Their morale is the word. Is 3. Oh my god.
Absolutely tanking it.
Oh my god. Okay. So, what is it? What makes them not afraid? You know what it's got to be? They have like a warlock of their own who's going to like bind the blood. Everyone hears the what do you call it? The shrills and the cries of terror. But rather than leaving, their leader orders them, stand your grounds. This is nothing for our warlock. And then there's that sort of low thrumming and the
hiss and huff of someone inhaling ink.
Exactly. Yeah, the percolating of the ink and the blood is evaporating. You hear a burp?
Well, I glanced to the others a bit.
Shit, that was so cool. I'm so sorry, the morale.
Yep, they are just like, no, we got this.
You didn't plan for them to have a
now.
you didn't plan for them to have a warlock.
I'm not out of ideas, but that was definitely my first one. What anything you guys have?
Shoot it or stab it. He's not much use. We do have a courtyard full of plants.
Well,
No,
it is. You could summon plants to consume them.
Yeah. Or at least spook them out. Like,
I don't have the ink for that.
But we can lend you some ink.
I'll happily give you the ink.
Yeah. 42 is what I have.
Yeah, I've got like 70 something.
No, I if they have their own warlock, if scaring them off didn't work, I think it might be poison ivy time, basically. DC's poison ivy, not the real plant.
All right, I'm going to slip up to the window that we climbed in through and overlook the courtyard. And then I'm going to look down at that fire pit full of that nutritious ash, and I'm going to cast Ioma's Mask of Consuming Plant. It's going to bloom into vines that grow visibly for her eyes. They're going to spread out, and they're going to begin to wave about, grasping, trying to pull things towards them. And as they grow and grow and grow, the entire courtyard is going to fill.
You're just trying to intimidate them with the waving and the vines and things, right?
I'm perfectly happy to take advice here. Do you guys want me to do damage?
I would say yes. They've shown they're not really willing to be scared off in any way. And if the vines just were in the way, they might just like get out machetes and clear them if they're this determined.
Yeah, I think that as these vines writhe and reach out, they're going to grab people and start pulling them in. And they're going to devour.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It is a mask. It has a mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Okay, but that does bump it from a minor to a moderate cost. But that works for me. It's 2d4 to multiple targets. Ooh. Okay, 6. So it would do 6 damage to them, which would be enough to definitely get one of them. I'll do another. Guys, that's a 1. Okay.
That means they're still standing their ground, right?
They are still standing their ground. At least half their number have, taken thorns, and one of them is dead, right, from this place. I don't think they know it's you all doing it. I think they think it's this place that's doing it. They are the victims of a horror movie. And this place comes to life, and the evil carnivorous botany takes one of theirs and claims them. But yeah, I feel like maybe that has determined them to be like, okay, that's it. We are going to figure out what's going on in this place, and we are killing this. Hear us, spirits. We will not be, we are not. We're made of sterner stuff. Our blood is iron. We will not leave this place. You will not terrify us.
Is this the same person
Reveal.
speaking who's been their leader the whole time?
Yeah, and
Perfect.
I think the way they're saying their oaths, or their boasts, these guys are iron-handed ones for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my blood spirit again, the same one, since apparently it likes me enough to stay twice.
Yeah.
To try to turn his blood to literal iron. Damage. I want to deal damage to him directly, individually, since he apparently is presumably the reason for their high morale is not letting them leave. So I want to try and focus him directly by asking my blood spirit to go into that room, and the one who's talking now, is that a minor effect?
No, minors don't do any damage.
Ah, okay, my mistake.
Yeah.
Then I wonder if the
Thank you for
spirit
the
tells
spell cost.
me that it can't do that.
I will do anything for ink, but it won't do that.
Nabushar, could you subtract 13 ink, please?
Yes.
I don't think I can directly help, but I'm happy to fund a second warlock spell.
I mean, I'm gonna clamber up to the window and straddle it with my bow ready in case they venture into the courtyard to try and overcome these plants that are invading them.
No, I think they are, and also I think they're probably going to be like, we need to get that door open. Okay, I'll tell you based on the voices and stuff. There's probably 2 in the courtyard, and there's probably 4 or more trying to break down these doors.
Well, that's
Okay.
after one of them was already killed by the vines.
Yeah, if 2 of them were probably like getting the body out of there or like looting him, whatever, making sure he's, they're dressing him, giving him last rites kind of stuff.
Right. Well, I'm gonna attempt to clamber up to this window.
Yeah.
And shoot the 2 that are in the courtyard.
Okay.
From the window. Same climb check, yeah?
Yeah, advantage. Roll damage with advantage because you're kind of like backstabbing them, I guess, right?
Okay.
Or like
I mean,
ambushing them. Like they're not thinking somebody's in that window, right? Like they've completely overruled that window can be, it's accessible. Plus the sound of the excavation and stuff in the other room is making it, so you don't have backstab. You just do you have just advantage on the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. 5. Okay, so that's not going to be enough to take them down. But yeah, there will be an arrow sticking out of one of them. That's from the male, and they're going to be pretty freaking mad. What do you want to do?
Did they all take damage previously from the plant spell?
Oh my god, you're absolutely right. So I will roll. Let's see. I roll a. I have to determine how many hit points they have. So 1 second. Let me do that. Okay, nope. Remaining, that's more than enough to get them.
So,
are you gonna knock another arrow? But I think we're gonna go into intentions and initiative.
I'm gonna spend a grit, so they have to make another morale check.
Oh, you're just gonna make them Scooby-Doo. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jinkies.
Not scared of all the supernatural shit that's going down, but someone
Bullets.
got shot.
Yeah.
This is serious, guys.
They shot Kelmore. They're in here. Those bastards are in the room behind it. Get that door open. Hurry, hurry. Right? So they're opening a door that has a bunch of rubble in front of it.
Is that not a failed morale check then?
It is a failed morale check. The other guy skedaddled. He skedaddled into the room with the rest of the guys. It's not like the whole group was there.
Yeah. Fair. That's totally fair.
I'm pointing this out because in amount of hours, if they do manage to get this door open, then a torrent of rubble is going to fall on them.
Yeah.
Incidentally.
What is the height differential between the window that I am at and the exposed, like how far up the wall to the outside is the window that I'm at? Can we go up and over? Okay, so this window, is there a path along the edge of this courtyard?
No. There's nothing outside this window. There's no like walkway or anything like this. So the space between this tower and the entrance tower and the tower that you are all currently in with the gem eyes and stuff, I imagine there's probably a small little like wall kind of shape that's sloped for the for that stair passageway. So there is something to get to over there, but you would have to jump to it. And it's probably just half it. It's probably like 10, 15 feet down.
Okay, so if this is
definitely jumpable, it'd be like a parkour thing.
The tower that we're in, Eric. This is the window I'm at.
And the rocky walls are probably about 15 feet tall, and then the rest of the towers they exceed 50 feet.
Okay, so there is in that case then like some sort of wall at.
Yeah. So you could ostensibly crawl over the tell and get down into this copse of trees. You could get down into these trees on X. Sneak away.
How do we feel about that? I know that is good about that. Yeah, I know it's not going to be playing into your strengths, Spencer, but
I'm saving my strengths anyways.
If we wait them out, they will A, open the door for us, B, probably all die, C, we can raid their bodies. I mean, did we? Yeah. I know we want to
come back after the meeting.
Yeah, I know we want to come back. Mother's pet ghoul. He said after dark, but it's not like 7 p.m. on the dot. It was like I'm like how much wiggle room do we have? If we're like an hour late, do we think he'll wait?
You don't know.
Yeah. More of a question for the group. Are we willing to wait it out and let these people die and then collect their loot and have an easy escape? Or do we want to risk it for a biscuit?
I think you get the impression, if I could, to harken back to the conversation with that ghoul, they probably aren't the laid back, chill, go whenever time. They're not operating on Hawaii time, but they're also not like extremely punctual, leaving as soon as the sun goes down. So
the ghoul does not have a book to read while it waits on us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And from a meta standpoint, it might be fun to have Lauren back for that because I think she would enjoy being involved in it. But also that could preclude us actually getting the meeting.
I suspect. I suspect it won't.
Lauren's actually out for like weeks, right?
In character, yeah. And I suspect if this goes anything but the worst possible way it goes, this probably won't be our only time meeting them.
Yeah.
My position.
I could see one of us tumbling to our deaths trying to get back to make this meeting.
I think that if we try and fight them, it's probably going to be closer than we would like. I would rather go for a slow but sure way of dealing with them rather than.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it just seems really convenient that they are digging into a trap that we know exists.
We only know it exists because we're on this side, though, right?
Exactly. It's one of those things of like, well, if they're going to do our work for us, we might as well let them, rather than take a big risk when there's just three of us to potentially get.
Do you want to add things to the rockfall? Like, we've got an entire rack of swords here. Do you think we could?
I don't think so. I don't think we can feasibly guarantee they would fall point first, and they wouldn't do it with enough pressure anyways for it to matter. Like, it's through the gravity, unless like you happen to be dropping it directly on like your foot or something, but these guys are armored, so it's the sword's not going to do anything.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think a big wall of tumbling rocks will do our work for us, and then we just clamber out over the top of it and sweep up what's left. But in the meantime, we can certainly pick these gems. Actually, no, because we don't want to be stuck here if they do. We could investigate the sarcophagi. Yeah, well, is there anything that we could get up to whilst we're waiting?
Yep, there are the sarcophagi.
Obviously,
How many-
if I go south and we wake a mummy, then we're having a bad time. Trapped between a mummy and a band of mercenaries.
How many sarcophagi are there?
3.
Yeah, in fact, I've not had a chance to use my Void Blast sickle yet, so.
Okay. Cool. Let's have our break. We're overdue.
Cool.
Sure.
Fair.
Cool. So then we'll see what's in the contents of the sarcophagi.
Yeah.
See you in 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ah, man, dice are funny things, aren't they?
Yeah.
We don't need them. Let's go full free Kriegspiel revolution.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for somewhat like stew pot. I don't think there's dice there.
Dice are
Belonging.
just a conspiracy made up by big polyhedral.
True.
To keep it down.
The 20-sided conspiracy.
Yeah, the Platonic solid consortium.
Yeah, no, it's there's so many good RPGs out there, more than anyone could possibly play, even if they ran like a one shot every day of a different one.
Oh my god, right?
So, that
So
would
hold
be
on.
tempting.
Should we get back to the game a little bit tonight?
Yeah,
Also,
speaking of playing role-playing games.
So, were we going to wait to see what happens with the door? Remind me.
Yeah, I think so.
I think if we get the impression that it'll be like an hour to an hour and a half until they get through, and not like
They
3
will.
to 4 hours.
They're gonna get through. Nighttime will fall before they get through.
Nighttime, yes, but not like midnight, I think is what.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the only thing I would point out then, is that we will. So we just to confirm, we're okay with missing the meeting.
We don't know if they will wait for us, so we weren't sure. But I don't think we have another choice at this point.
I think what I would say is plus or minus, like plus an hour, is probably reasonable. I don't think they're going to be sitting around till midnight.
I could send a messenger, again, blood spirit, and I could try to ask it. They'll make a little blood slime or something that can pass along a message to the ghoul, being like, give us a bit, we're delayed.
Well, you could also have bodies for them.
I was going to say, we could tell the ghoul to come say hi. That's tempting.
It's like, just swing by. We'll have some bodies ready for Mother.
Do we want to do that? I kind of want to try that.
Yeah, but then we have to dig them out of the landslide.
If the ghoul gets here before the landslide happens, then
the ghouls
some free
taking
targets.
Their own.
Yeah, I suspect if they're already weakened, so I wonder if the ghoul can just attack them. Do we want to try that? We know where the ghoul is. If the ghoul is where we left it, so I could send a messenger via the blood spirit to pass along this situation, basically, where we are.
I would point out that the relationship between you and this ghoul is basically, okay, come along if you want. There's no like sense of obligation or duty for you all. Like it.
Yeah,
It
I'd have
going
to
to
basically
you.
convince it to wait for us.
Correct. Yeah, it would be. In other words, it would be a pretty. It would be a die roll to see. Basically, I guess I would do like a loyalty check to see if it's loyal to you. It's like maybe the way I would do it.
Yeah, if I'm talking to it through a spirit like this, and it's not even a spirit meant to be
Yeah.
talking, then I don't think I can even make a masks roll through it.
Yeah. So I guess I'm saying is that it would be a desperate. It's possible it could work, but it would just be like it's desperate, and a lot of things could go wrong.
Asking the ghoul to come over here and do stuff for us probably is a hard sell, right?
Yeah.
But asking it to wait a couple of hours while we deal with this situation, I think might be worth a shot. Since since we're not asking it to do anything extra in that. That is the single most unconvinced yes I've ever heard, Kabaras.
I got distracted. And missed what you said and apologize.
I mean, I think it's fine. We're just the mother's not going anywhere. We're gonna if we hang around here, we're gonna encounter.
Let's deal with these mummies, and then we'll deal with the humans, and then we'll deal with the ghoul.
Yeah, we'll just line them up and move them down.
Yeah, we're gonna miss it's not an appointment, so it's not something we're gonna miss outright. But
Okay, so we are going
open
to
the sarcophagi. I think you said.
So let's
deal with the mummies.
Yep, we'll open the sarcophagi. Okay, they are identical as far as the depictions on the sarcophagi go. These ones do not have the little what do you call them? Not supplemental, subservient. What's the word I'm looking for? Not succulent. Obsequious little statues next to them.
So when we were in the first room,
supplicant.
Thank you. That's exactly the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
When we were in the first room, we found 3 amphora, each with an object inside, and there are now 3 sarcophagi. We only have one of the objects, the armband, but since that's in the trinket slot, I assume it is being worn visibly.
Yeah, Kabaras is wearing it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to do with that. I'm just drawing the connection here.
Let's see what's
Nabushar pulls the lid open of the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Gets ready to stab anything inside.
All right. It creaks open, revealing a withered corpse clad in bangles of silver and tin. Upon each eye are round sapphires.
I stab it for good measure.
Good idea.
Okay. It doesn't bleed or anything like that. It doesn't respond in any way.
I take the sapphires.
Yeah.
And silver bangles, I guess.
Yeah.
I want silver. Next sarcophagi? Or is there any iconography related to
bangles
it?
are another word for bracelets. Sorry, what was the question?
Was there any iconography notable?
On like the silver and stuff?
Just in general, like, are there like pictures on the wrapping or stamped on silver or
coiled man-headed serpents?
Do they have fangs or do they just have like human teeth?
Fangs.
Okay.
They have generic faces as like the one in the floor in this room.
Okay.
Shall we open up another sarcophagi? Or are we worried about... Okay.
Did we already take the sapphires out of the eyes?
Yeah.
That was the first thing Lewis said. After stabbing
I wasn't sure if that was before or after the stabbing, yeah.
Yeah, fair. It was after the stabbing. The next one opens. Similarly resistant, but you pry it open. This one has a withered corpse, clad in bangles of silver and tin, with 2 round sapphires placed over its eyes.
Yoink. Stab, yoink.
Mm-hmm. You want to guess what's in sarcophagi number 3?
Velociraptor.
Ooh, so close. You want to do another guess?
Half of a giant spider.
There you go. Wow. Dang. Okay, lucky guess. Okay, yeah. In the third one, again, resistant, but creaks open. Withered corpse. Bangles of silver and tin. Man-headed snakes. 2 round sapphires.
Let's go for the quadrilogy. Let's take the sapphires from the ground as well.
Sounds good to me. After that, are those ones larger, the ones in the ground?
Yeah, if we're not worried about being noisy anymore, then there's no check necessary. It just will, we just say it takes time to bust them open.
Okay. So that's 8 total sapphires, and 2 of them might be bigger than the others, or are they the same size?
No, 2 should be bigger.
Should I add that to Melira has 1 slot left. I can add that to their inventory.
Yeah, let's say 10 gems is a slot.
You said there were those silver. You didn't say armbands.
Bangles.
Yeah,
how much we talking for the silver bangles, Eric? Slots wise, but.
Oh, 1 slot.
Cool. Sick.
They can be a trinket slot if you want.
Yeah, I'll take 1 into my trinket slot if there's 1 for each corpse.
Yeah, but don't you already have something in your trinket slot? Don't you already
Is
have
there 1? I have.
You have the
2
clay.
Trinket slot.
I thought you had that clay one. Oh, you have 2. Yeah. Never mind. That works for me.
Or we want to just hit fast forward until rocks fall and everyone dies?
I think so. I think we got our weapons ready in case any survive.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, and are we cool with? I guess. Do we have a light? Because now it's going to be dark while we're waiting.
I guess not light once it starts getting dark.
I mean, I'll hold the torch because I only need 1 hand to fight.
Sounds good. I'm gonna. No, I'm standing in the back of the room with my. If I stand in the back of the room, will that count as a separate zone away, or will it still be within the same zone? Is this a 1-zone room?
1 zone.
All right. No point in the sling then. Spear is at the ready.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then we will. Allotted time till the crash.
Yeah.
Just mark a use of your torch to indicate the time that's passed. Okay. Yep. They breach and they're like, no, as the rocks tumble and crush. There is a loud rumble. This was probably heard through the whole Court of Towers. Like, that's how loud it was. You don't hear any cries after the tumultuous, almost landslide.
Is the corridor passable now?
Passable, but it is, you wouldn't want to fight in the uneven terrain. You know what I mean? Deluge of stone just flooded, that area. So you can imagine how difficult that terrain would be, right?
Yeah. If someone's going to provide light, I will clamber over the debris and, coup de grace anyone.
Yeah, left over.
Trapped under a rock.
Yeah, congrats. You just killed a squad of iron-handed ones through. Well, maybe their own. Actually, to be fair, their own tenacity got them.
Yeah.
Got them killed.
They definitely crossed the line between valor
and stupidity. Yeah.
I mean, but what do you? what a hilarious, procession of dice rolls. Like when their morale is 1.
If anything, we tried to warn them off. We tried to save them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Your heart will still weigh as light as a feather when it is judged at the end of your life. Okay, let me roll to see how much things we got here.
Gravity killed them.
Well, I mean, we killed 1 or 2, but only after we tried to scare them off.
26 ink amongst the bodies, which isn't probably enough. You could combine into a single vial.
I'll take that.
Their armor is probably not in great shape. But if you wanted some iron-handed mail, that'd be medium. You have to get it repaired. Now, you would also have to explain, as it's getting repaired, why you have iron-handed 1 armor when you're not an iron-handed 1. If you wore iron-handed 1, you would, and people would know that you're not. You're going to be killed on sight, etc.
I have a disguise kit. We took two. I dropped my disguise kit, but now we're back in that same room, so I can go pick it up again. And
True.
we could say we're iron-handed ones, at least enough to get them repaired or sold off. I'm sure it will be fine. There won't be any problems caused by an iron-handed one selling their own armor.
Yeah. You've just made an enemy for life, kind of thing.
Sure, why not?
I don't have the space for it, I think, but
Yeah,
if someone wants to.
Tap out for slots.
Any interesting weapons? Oh.
I was going to say I have a couple of slots if you want.
There is still a usable inhaler for a warlock. I don't know if you want to back up. There is a treatise on physics, decorated with images of pickled grubs. That's been crumpled and tarnished.
Physics meaning like healing. Okay, not like mathematical.
No math. No, on math. Yeah,
but involves grubs.
Yeah, it's decorated with images of pickled grubs.
Okay.
Since we have a contact who is a member of the archive, knowledge is something that we could probably sell.
It is a recent book, so effectively, maybe this is like the reason why it has pickled grubs on it is that this is like a, like a minute hand grid notebook, and this is somebody's like notes written down through it rather than a proper book. Now, you can't make heads or tails out of the equations or anything like that looking at it at first blush.
Well, we had someone with good archives. Well, as I said, I think I'm out of slots to take anything.
Maybe sadly, there is a broken void glass prism amongst the debris.
That is very sad.
I don't think it's sad. It's maybe sad for us, but at least the spirit is free. Technically, we're trapping the spirits.
Yeah, like Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'll loot the book.
I'm never going to unsee that now. Every time I use a blood spirit, it's going to be just like, I'm going to name it and throw it like a Pokeball.
Yeah, I know. I'll find the Pokeball sounds for when you that's what it sounds like when you summon it. Cool. So we got our loot and our gear. We'll probably just make it back to the camp then for the evening.
I think so.
Cool. There's no encounter check needed. You only have to go across the corner of the tower. To the Merc camp. Will you let them know that these guys are dead?
Yeah, I would let them know, like, in detail what happened.
Hey. Okay. Well,
this is our people who hired us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're happy. They're obviously congratulatory when you mention this. They would like you to regale it. They're going to also start putting drinks at you. For like, hey, well done. Here you go. So they want to celebrate a little bit here. Are you going to?
I think Kabaras gets a good read on. Yeah, Kabaras gets probably picks this up pretty quickly. Like, oh, okay, this is good. I think Kabaras is going to try and do a dramatic reenactment, sort of try to telling. Like, it won't be technically untrue, but it's an adaptation of what happened. Based on a true story.
Yeah, so we have an opportunity here to really improve the relations with the Merc camp, like from, just partner to like more friendly here. At the same time, though, to do this means we will also then have to basically resist this indulgent expression of drink, right? AKA a Thus check to hold your liquor.
So my
I am going to petition for
my Thus is 1. My mask befriend with them is 6. So it's my best and worst stats. Amazing.
I am gonna petition for athletics to count for advantage on this, because have you ever drank with a rugby team?
Yeah, okay, you got me there. I will. Yep. Well, okay, so just so you know, the body check or the thews check does not preclude the faction.
Yeah, they're separate.
That's just how much you pay for it the next session. Okay.
Perfect.
Lovely. Yeah, I would allow athletics here, Nabushar, for your body check to indulge. And yeah, this is true. Hold on, this is true. Nobody there are no wallflowers here. This is the whole group problem. You know what I mean?
Everyone individually rolls both.
Yeah. This is but there is no sitting out of this. If somebody is included, then everyone is included.
Okay.
Because this is like the thing, like they're raising you on their shoulders. You know what I mean? Like well done, guys. Like, hey, like these foreigner guys did it, kind of thing, right? Like they're happy. Like we're celebrating.
Even if it's just for narrative effect and not giving any mechanical advantage, Nabushar will definitely use his performance plus athletics, agility to be like,
dancing.
Jumping around and doing, and we climbed up the wall. He has terrible masks, so he's probably not helping at all. But
sure,
he's adding the physical element to the.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Around the bonfire.
Yeah, and I think Kabaras is also leaning into the comedy a bit, especially of how stubborn those guys were. Of like, can you believe that they still decided to stay?
Yeah.
And he waits till just the very end of the story to be like, and then they got through the door, and then reveals like, and there was like a bunch of rocks already piled up there, so they all just died because of that. I don't think we even mentioned that. Yeah.
They know. So I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh yeah, they know.
That's why they're laughing so hard, because they marked it saying warning. It's a danger.
They know the punchline, but that makes it even better.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me?" like exactly. So weird. Funnily enough, they are acutely aware of that place. So that's makes it even better.
Yeah. Do they know what's down the well?
No, they've never been back there.
So how did they know there was rocks on the other side?
They probably had one person climb the thing.
Yeah.
And
looked
realized it's no good.
So do you mention the well?
No.
Yeah.
Probably not till after, yeah.
If I ascertained they hadn't been in the room,
you ascertained they've been in that room, but apparently like they don't make any note about that well. So maybe that's like a recent development rather than the time they were there.
Wow. Okay, someone's
going around.
Yeah, no archive check.
Water sources.
No archive check. No. Sorry, that's not what I mean. The well was there, but the well was just rocks around. There was no hole. There was just the rocks.
That's
the
fine.
hole.
That's totally normal.
Yeah, is new. Is what you're able to glean from their chatting. But okay, enough of this. Give me these masks. Give me these checks.
So I just want to double check. We're all making the thews check for drinking. Are we all also making masks checks individually?
No.
Okay. I have a masks of 6, so I'll do the masks check. Does my talent of rumors help here at all? I don't think so.
No, this is entertaining storytelling rather than
Yep. Okay. The storytelling goes well.
Nice.
Now I have another stranger question. Does my spirit's talent help with drinking?
No. This is the physical hangover of drinking.
No, it's not fighting the Sunday scaries the next day.
Yeah.
It's not. Okay. Perfect.
Unfortunately.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
I failed with my thews of 1.
All right. Can you give me a D2, 50-50 to see what kind of failure it is?
Got a 1.
Ooh, okay, that's a splitting headache. You will have disadvantage on any archive checks for the following day.
Perfect.
Because you can't think straight. Ah, nice. I know, right? Yeah, the mercs. Your evening with them.
Nabushar probably like starts regaling them all with his chant from when he was a pit fighter.
Beautiful.
We've got Nabu, Super Nabushar.
All right, good times. Cool. We'll wrap up there then for the evening carousing.
Yeah. I'm thinking next session is probably our interlude.
Yeah, I think you're right. You have an MVP?
I think I would propose Cypsilis did the Lord's work with his climbing and
I fully
maneuvering,
agree.
Yeah.
and then the consuming plants.
Yeah. Cypsilis kept us alive there.
Kabaras tried to do some heavy lifting with his archiving, but unfortunately the dice were against him.
That's fine. I think us
I
being
appreciate the effort though.
us even being in the room itself and being able to get up there again, thanks to Cypsilis, was part of why that went as well as it did. Because if they found us in the room directly, they probably just would have locked the door and killed us, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we play these games. Like, this is just a crazy string of events from just random encounters and rolls that led to what do you call it when you're boxed in like an elevator episode? A container episode?
Yeah.
A bottle episode.
Yeah, a bottle episode. Thank you. Yeah. Ostensibly. As you were outnumbered, but you were able to home alone the gang of iron-handed ones.
They home alone themselves.
True. Well, they did. They also did it in Home Alone.
Yeah,
kinda. So,
they did the usual okay, we're gonna keep getting hit and not leave this death trap of a house.
Yeah, you tried.
You tried to warn them away from the thing that would actually kill them.
I know. That's remarkable. That was fun. Cool. So XP then, yeah.
I think so.
Sure.
So,
treasure. D6
treasure. Short or long-term goal? I don't think
no.
so. If we met with the mother, it would have been, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Learn anything useful with the world? Weirdly enough, I also don't think that we did.
Oh, I don't know. You tell me.
I don't think we did. We kept failing any archives checks we made. We found some neat stuff.
Yeah, if we learned anything, I wasn't aware of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say no this time. Establish meaningful relationship, though. That's a yes.
Yes. Confirmed. Confirmed for Brawl.
We didn't go to Death Door in the first one. Okay, so 2d6.
5. Nice.
Excellent.
Very good.